Have you ever stood in front of a mirror at night, when the lights are off, and felt like something was watching you? That your reflection wasn't quite right? Well, legend says that if you ever find yourself in a completely dark room with just a single candle, and you stare into the mirror for exactly 7 minutes, your reflection will begin to twist into something far more sinister. They call it the dark reflection. But it's not just a trick of the light. According to the legend, the reflection you see in the mirror won't be you anymore. It will be a dark version of yourself. A version with hollow eyes, a twisted smile, and an overwhelming urge to take over your life. And if you're not careful, your own reflection might be the last thing you ever see. The origin of this terrifying legend is shrouded in mystery. It's said that centuries ago, there was an ancient ritual practiced by a long-lost civilization. A ritual in which people would peer into the mirror to see their true selves. But what they saw was far from the peaceful image of who they thought they were. Instead, they saw their darkest fears and their deepest desires, an unsettling, horrific reflection of who they could become. Those who dared to face this version of themselves were said to lose their souls, trapped within the mirror forever. This dark reflection, known by many names, the shadow self, the mirror demon, and simply the dark reflection, is said to possess the power to replace you. Once it's seen you, it will stop at nothing to take over your life and leave you imprisoned within the mirror as its new victim. But why would anyone risk such a fate? Why would anyone dare to stare into the darkness? Well, for some, it's curiosity. For others, it's a dare. But once you begin, it's too late to turn back. The longer you stare, the more the dark reflection pulls at you, twisting and distorting until you can no longer tell where your face ends and its face begins. As you reach the halfway mark, around 3 minutes into the ritual, the first signs of the dark reflection will begin to show. At first, you might think it's just your imagination playing tricks on you. Maybe the candle's flicker is making your reflection waver. Maybe you feel a chill in the room, or the air feels heavy, suffocating. But it's not just the candle or the darkness. It's the reflection. Your reflection will begin to move on its own, in ways that you didn't intend. It'll smile when you don't, blink when you don't. And, as time goes on, it'll seem as though the reflection is aware of you, aware of your every move. And as you near the 7th minute, the face staring back at you will no longer be the face you recognize. It will be twisted, contorted into something monstrous. A dark, malevolent version of yourself with hollow eyes and a sinister grin. But here's the worst part. It wants you. By the time you reach the 7th minute, you'll realize that the reflection is no longer just a reflection. It's no longer a mere mirror image. It's an entity, an evil force that wants to break free and take over your life. It begins to mimic your movements, but its actions become more exaggerated, more erratic. And then the worst part happens. It reaches out. You'll feel a cold breeze, a sensation that something is trying to pull you into the mirror. But if you blink, if you break eye contact, or if you panic, it will take that opportunity to seize control. At this point, the dark reflection will make its move. It will try to replace you, to trap your soul behind the glass. If you don't act quickly, it will take your place in the real world, while you are left to suffer in the mirror, bound by its malevolent will. And this is where things get really dangerous. If you're still in the room after the 7 minutes are up, it's not too late, but it's close. There's only one way to escape the dark reflection's grasp. You must break the mirror before it fully takes control. But this is no easy task. The moment you look away or break your gaze, the reflection will try to seize its chance to escape. It may seem like a small thing, a mirror breaking, but in this case, it's the only way to sever the connection and prevent the dark version of yourself from stepping into the real world. Once the mirror shatters, the dark reflection is trapped. Its sinister, twisted face vanishing with it. You'll be free, but it's not without consequences. Breaking the mirror may leave a mark, a dark shadow on your soul, reminding you of what nearly happened. And worse still, some say the dark reflection lingers even after the glass has been broken. You may find yourself looking into mirrors for the rest of your life, always wondering if you'll see that twisted smile staring back at you once again. If you're ever tempted to try this ritual, remember, mirrors have a dark history. They're not just reflections. They're windows into something far deeper far darker than we can comprehend. And if you're not careful, that reflection may be more than just a twisted image of yourself. Could be the last thing you ever see. So the next time you're alone, staring into a mirror late at night, think twice. And if the reflection starts to shift, if the smile begins to twist, run. Because breaking the mirror is the only way out. And if you wait too long, it may be too late.